Ever wonder why the rich keep getting richer while everyone else struggles to get ahead? It's not luck, it's not just hard work, and it's definitely not an accident. There's a completely different playbook that wealthy people follow, one that most people never even know exists. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 10 strategies the rich use to build and protect their wealth while the gap between them and everyone else keeps widening. If you want to understand the real game being played, stay with me. 10. They protect wealth with legal structures. Once the rich accumulate wealth, they obsess over protecting it. They use legal structures like LLCs, trusts, corporations, and foundations that provide asset protection, tax advantages, and estate planning benefits. These structures shield personal wealth from lawsuits, creditors, and excessive taxation. They carry substantial insurance coverage, umbrella policies, liability insurance, and specialized coverage that protects against catastrophic losses. They understand that one lawsuit or disaster could wipe out decades of wealth building if not properly protected. They also plan for generational wealth transfer through estate planning, trusts, and strategic gifting that minimizes estate taxes and ensures wealth passes to heirs efficiently. They're not just building wealth for themselves, they're establishing dynasties that will benefit their families for generations. 9. They take calculated risks. The rich understand that wealth building requires taking risks, but not reckless gambling. They take calculated risks where the potential upside far exceeds the downside, and where they have some edge or control over the outcome. They invest in businesses they understand, real estate in markets they've researched, and opportunities where they have expertise or insider knowledge. The rich also understand asymmetric risk-reward. They look for situations where they might risk $1 to potentially make $10 or more. They invest in startups where one success can return 100x and offset multiple failures. They buy real estate in emerging areas where appreciation could be exponential. They don't bet the farm, but they consistently allocate portions of their wealth to high upside opportunities. 8. They network with other wealthy people. Your network is your net worth isn't just a cliche. It's a wealth-building reality. The rich deliberately surround themselves with other wealthy, successful people. These relationships provide deal flow, investment opportunities, business partnerships, insider knowledge, and collaborative ventures that aren't accessible to those outside these circles. The average person networks primarily with people in similar financial situations, which reinforces existing limitations. If everyone in your circle is struggling, you'll share strategies for surviving, not thriving. If everyone in your circle is wealthy, you'll absorb strategies for building and protecting wealth. Environment shapes mindset and opportunity. 7. They invest in financial education. Wealthy people invest heavily in learning about money, business, investing, and wealth building. They read books, attend seminars, hire coaches and mentors, and continuously upgrade their financial knowledge. They understand that knowledge has the highest return on investment of anything they can buy. The rich also invest in their children's financial education early, teaching them about money, investing, business, and wealth building from young ages. By the time these children reach adulthood, they have a decade or more of financial knowledge that their peers lack. This knowledge gap translates directly into a wealth gap over time. 6. They diversify income streams. The average millionaire has 7 sources of income. Think about that. Not one job. 7 different ways money flows to them. This might include salary or business income, dividend income from stocks, rental income from real estate, capital gains from investments, royalties from intellectual property, interest income from bonds or lending, and side business or consulting income. This diversification provides both security and growth. If one income stream declines, 6 others continue. If one stream has a particularly good year, it boosts overall wealth without dependence. The rich systematically build multiple income streams over time. Not all at once, but strategically adding them. 5. They understand compound interest in time. Einstein allegedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and the rich understand this deeply. They start investing early and let time do the heavy lifting. A 25-year-old who invests $500 per month until age 65 at an average 8% return will have over $1.7 million. A 35-year-old who invests the same amount will have only about $745,000. Those 10 years make $1 million difference because of compounding. Wealthy families pass this knowledge to their children, who start investing in their teens or early 20s. Generational wealth isn't just about inheriting money, it's about inheriting the understanding of how money grows and starting the compounding process early. This creates a compounding advantage that extends across generations. 4. They invest in appreciating assets, not depreciating liabilities. Walk into a wealthy person's garage and you might not see the newest luxury cars. Walk into an average person's garage and you'll often see a $50,000 truck that's losing value every day. This illustrates a fundamental principle. The rich buy assets that appreciate, while others buy liabilities that depreciate. The rich delay gratification on liabilities until their assets have generated enough passive income to afford them without denting their wealth-building capacity. The average person does the opposite, buying liabilities on credit and wondering why they never get ahead. When you're spending money on things that lose value, you're moving backward financially even if your income is rising. 3. They minimize taxes legally. Let's talk about the game most people don't even know is being played. Tax optimization. The rich don't pay high taxes because the tax code is literally written to favor investors and business owners over employees. This isn't a conspiracy. It's openly codified in tax law, designed to incentivize certain economic behaviors. They also utilize tax shelters like real estate depreciation, which allows them to show paper losses that offset real income. They establish trusts and corporate structures that provide asset protection and tax benefits. They hire expensive accountants and tax attorneys whose fees are far exceeded by the tax savings they generate. The system rewards those who can afford to play the optimization game. 2. They use debt strategically while others drown in it. Most people see debt as something to avoid, or a necessary evil for buying things they can't afford. The rich see debt as a tool, a leverage instrument that can multiply returns when used correctly. This is the critical difference. Poor people use debt to buy liabilities like cars, clothes, and vacations. Rich people use debt to buy assets that appreciate or generate income. Here's another advantage the rich exploit. Inflation erodes debt. If you borrow money at 4% interest and inflation runs at 5%, you're effectively being paid to borrow. The rich understand this and strategically carry low-interest debt on appreciating assets, letting inflation reduce the real cost of that debt over time. They're not afraid of debt. They've mastered using it to their advantage. Tax deductions amplify this benefit. Mortgage interest on investment properties is tax-deductible. Business loan interest is deductible. The government essentially subsidizes the rich's use of strategic debt while offering no such benefits for consumer debt that most people carry. 1. They make money work for them, not the other way around. Here's the fundamental difference between the rich and everyone else. Wealthy people don't work for money. They make money work for them. While most people trade time for dollars in a job, the rich invest their money into assets that generate passive income. They own businesses, real estate, stocks, bonds, and intellectual property that produce cash flow whether they're working or sleeping. The rich understand this concept fundamentally. So, they prioritize building income-generating assets over earning a higher salary. This is why wealthy people can weather economic downturns better. When a recession hits and people lose jobs, the rich still have dividends, rental income, business profits, and investment returns flowing in. Their wealth is diversified across multiple income streams, not dependent on a single employer's decision to keep paying them. The wealth gap isn't widening by accident. It's the result of fundamentally different approaches to money. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that reveals how money really works. Drop a comment telling me which of these 10 strategies surprised you most, or which one you're going to start implementing first. Remember, you can't win a game if you don't know the rules. Now you know them. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.